welcome back to The Spell, where I don't know what I'm doing. And this series is going to be ending within, like, next 10-ish episodes. I don't fucking know. 10, 20 episodes, I'm estimating. Right. Thanks for answering that question. Wait. I don't think, did I even put down a question? She was a bit surprised when she recovered the email, though. Normally he would use his private cell phone in order to contact her. But instead, he sent her an email. And from a weird address she had never seen before. Is this good? But she knew it was him. She knew it because they've sent that special way with... They have that special way with which they contact one another. Calligraphy. Good? Photography? Yeah, fucking know. I think I got it the right first time. So I have people going, no, you got it wrong! I don't care, I'll say what I want to say. She doesn't know much on the subject, but Patrick told her it was the best way to keep their conversation private. And so she trusted him. All she has to do is use the software he created in order to encrypt the email she sends, or decrypt the emails she recovers. And voila! They can send each other messages that only they can decipher. So she was doing it. Damn you. And so the fact that she could decrypt the emails she receives with his software was proof enough that it was him and not someone else. But 8 p.m. was weird for a dinner invitation. At 6 would be kind of the norm. But at 9 it would be much more romantic. But 8? That was kind of a boring hour. Is it because if you put it on the side it looks like an infinity? Do I need to start questioning shit now? Then again, who was she to judge? It didn't matter that she was simply happy to see him again. So happy, it's been more than a week since they last saw each other. And she missed him much more than she thought she would. Wait, are you trying to get me into the mind of a female? I have even more reasons to be scared. And yes, I have reasons to be scared. She created all kinds of scenarios in her head. She was even starting to think that his wife had noticed it. Their relationship, yet that was unfounded. Or else they wouldn't be meeting like this. Wait, that looks familiar. Oh yeah, we saw the Steve's route. She was not in front of the restaurant. In the end, she'd been quicker than she thought. She was a bit early, even so. She decided to waste a bit more time by lighting herself a cigarette. she found a dark place at the side of the restaurant and smoked while trying to spot Patrick's car in the parking lot. Well, we have people outside the country, outside of the U.S. going, no, we don't call it that. We don't call it cigarettes. We call it blank. Because if I say blank, people are going to get pissed at me, and I don't want to get canceled. But on the other way, I want to piss people off, but not yet. I'll do it. I will eventually. It just depends on when and how. Get it. She didn't like to be smoking because of her job. As an elementary school teacher, she didn't smoke a lot, and she could probably stop whenever she wanted to. So why tell the whole world about it? Okay, I've heard that story before. Yeah, I can stop whenever I want. Personally, I don't give a flying fuck what you do with yourself. If you want to do drugs or not, I don't fucking care. unless I'm concerned, I might say something. But if it's not killing anyone, I don't really have much to really care about. Or hurting a lot of people. But in that case, I don't really have much to care. What do you want me to do? Actually tell you, no, stop, I don't care. You're doing what makes you chill. You're doing what you want to relax. The fuck? Why should I complain? Look at me. I drink every so often, so I have no. So I'm in this area that I have to kind of see that way to some extent. She finally spotted the red paint of its vehicle in the parking lot, so it was there after all. And before her even, that's the first. She had a small celebration in her mind. Well, that's not often. Then she realized there was something crouching near his car. Wasn't it Patrick? No. It was hard to see from where she was standing. But that shadow didn't quite fit Patrick's stature. And you think else you'd like to add? What was he doing there? Did he drop his keys on the floor or something? Well, no matter. The important fact was that Patrick was waiting for her. She wanted to trash her cigarette and go to him right away, but her pride thought otherwise. In the end, she took her time before finally throwing it away. Well, you started it, might as well get a good chunk of the way. Might as well finish a good chunk of it before tossing it. Like, for fuck's sake, you started it. Why not either finish it or get a majority of it? That's the way I see it. Makes no sense just wasting it. Like, the fuck? Don't question me. She started walking to the front door, all the while looking through the restaurant windows, in order to find his bright blue eyes. And to her surprise, she did quite easily, in fact, as he was sat next to the window. Pew! How often does that happen? He didn't notice her. Well, he was drinking a glass of wine, and somehow there was 2 bottles on the table in front of him, as if he was midway drinking. Midway drinking his second bottle of the night. She wanted to knock on the window, but then she realized something. Or it put it in better terms. She realized that there was someone else, someone walking to his table, and sitting right in front of him was his wife. A woman. His wife? Well, fuck. He had a smile on his face. He seemed a bit drunk, a bit too drunk, and he seemed to have a good relationship with his wife. Surprisingly enough. Then you hear yelling, slapping, bottles breaking, violence, all this other shit. I'm not a great example, don't judge. Roxanne was dumbstruck. She froze on the spot. She didn't understand what was going on. She simply looked at them for a time, enough for one of them to notice her. Is this a fuck moment? Not the good one though. His wife looked at her and smiled innocently. Roxanne smiled back, not knowing how to react in this kind of situation. This is the best time to be scared. Should she enter the restaurant and dine by herself? Should she simply walk back home? Or maybe even go speak to his wife? They know each other after all. Well, you're a teacher? I hope you do. But the time it took her to deliberate, they were already gone. She had looked away for a couple of seconds at most, but that was all it took. She started walking slowly in front of the door without a clear goal in mind. Her mind was elsewhere. Why was he with his wife when it was her that he invited? Could it be that the wife thought this through? And thought a couple of steps ahead? Clever girl! Like, how else am I gonna answer that? It's just like that's actually not a bad idea. She'd be fucking pissed, but clever enough to piss people off. Did his wife invite him? And he had no chance but to comply? Was it the same kind of subtle way to tell Roxanne that he had chosen his wife over her? That he didn't want to see her anymore? Or was it something else entirely? I'm not gonna answer that. Cause, I would answer for myself. Primarily for my own amusement. Her hand finally grabbed the door handle. Unconsciously, she was still looking at her feet. Deep in her thought, she had stopped moving. She was that surprised. She was that shocked. Well, I think anyone would be shocked in that kind of circumstance. They have a significant other, but in this case, it's his wife or husband, depending on how you want to phrase it. She looked through the front door window, but she had probably missed them. They were nowhere near the front desk. They had already paid their tab and were on their way home by the looks of it. Time to watch him die! She felt stupid to even conceptualize misunderstanding from what she just witnessed. She had understood his message perfectly well, and was a lot more depressed about it than she would like to admit it. See, I'm not bad at words. She walked away, emptily. The joy she thought she would feel that night was all but stolen away from her. The walk back home was especially difficult. And from there, I'm gonna have to end the episode here. Yeah, it could be a little bit on a downer note, but oh, come on, we're getting a story. Still have a bunch more series I need to get done though. But on the other hand, I'm getting done slowly. But I'm gonna end the episode here so that all you guys have a great, wonderful time, and I hope you guys do. So, I'll see you guys next time. Have a great, wonderful day too.